Executive
The
Thursday.
Executive Thursday Show.
The
Executive Thursday Show.
And so there are few skills that accountants, 21st century accountants should really be aware of. And the major part of this skill is the leadership skill. Accountants are not really expected to be just figure crunchers. Accountants themselves are expected to be leaders. And so as a leader, that means you're expected to have leadership skill, which some really don't have. And why you don't have that leadership skill probably is because you are probably not aware of the essential leadership skills that we should have as accountants. The number one is the relationship skill. Leadership, whatever definition you give it, has to do with relationship. And the elementary understanding of what leadership is all about is about getting things done through others. But you see, you cannot work with people effectively that you don't have a relationship with. There's a difference between being a boss, like you know, and being a leader, or just being a manager and being a leader. A leader essentially influences his subordinates, and in influencing them, he creates a relationship with them before you can influence them. An accountant should consciously have good relationship with all and sundry. And it is in having that good relationship that you can influence the people to achieve the goals that you have in your organization, whether as a head of department or as a head of the institute organization, whatever the case may be. Also, as an accountant who possess effective leadership skill, you are expected to have the delegation skill. You are expected to identify subordinates under you, identify their strengths and their weaknesses, and be able to know the assignment to delegate to each of them. As a leader, and not just a boss, as an accountant, you are not expected to carry out all the assignments all the tasks in the organization, in your department. So you are vast in taxation practices, you are vast in auditing, you are vast in forensic, you are vast in final accounts, you are vast in revenue, in expenditure. You can't do everything. You shouldn't do everything. You must be able to train and develop the people that work under you and delegate effectively to them. And by that, you'll be able to reproduce yourself in these people that work under you. That is what leadership is all about. Which takes us to the last skill I want to talk about today, and that is the skill that is the reproduction skill. As a leader and as an accountant that you have, having the leadership skill of reproducing yourself in your subordinates. Because leadership is about relationship. When you have good relationship with people that work with you, ultimately you become admired by them. You have all this, you have the necessary skill, you have the technical skill, the administrative skill. They can see it in you, and you have a good relationship with them. They want to also emulate you. And so, by the reason of the good relationship you have, by the reason of the delegation skill, effective delegation skill that you've been able to develop and exhibit over time, your subordinates eventually want to be like you. And that is the ultimate of leadership, such that whether you are around or not, assignments and tasks get done effectively, even much more than when you are not even around. And that is leadership. And so I want to implore all accountants that are watching today, from here in Annan, that accountants, like I said from the beginning, are not just figure crunchers. It's not just about calculation. is about being a leader. And being a leader is about knowing effectively how to relate with everyone, delegate effectively, ultimately reproduce yourself. And at the end of the day, the organization gets the profit from it, the nation benefits from it, the accountancy profession benefits from it. You as an individual, you have a sense of fulfillment that you've been able to accomplish. And that is part of what the future ready accountant should have. Thank you.